Test, mic check, mic check. I repeat, testing. What's good, gang? What is up, gang? Did I check HQ? No, did I miss something? Oh boy, yeah, alright. I scrolled, I did skim them and saw that. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm going to be, like... Hey guys, I haven't even entered the stream yet, I'm just realizing. I got too busy coordinating with the mods. Hope y'all are well. Hope y'all have had a good day, good week. Thank goodness it's Friday, am I right, guys? See, that wasn't like an in-pain cough, that was just like phlegm in the back of my throat cough. And I got like a nice little fucking globule out, so it was actually quite satisfying. You're celebrating Thanksgiving? When is Thanksgiving this year? Thanksgiving 2023 date. Next week. Okay. Hope you all have a good time during yours. Hope you eat lots of food and have lots of leftovers. I hope Mr. Beast gives away 2 million turkeys. Can I still submit? Nah, you had to submit before the stream, otherwise this would have been a fucking impossible mess to do. Man, I got a fucking thing stuck between my teeth. It's annoying the shit out of me. When will this happen again? I don't know. We haven't even started this one. Fucking relax. I don't even think you want to be amongst in the company of some of the people or the actions that we're gonna read out. It's not exactly a fun time content-wise. Quite, you're like 8 minutes late. What's your excuse? I don't have one. I did just get over it, I guess. It's fucking free. It's free content. Shut up. You don't pay me. Well, actually, some of y'all give me subs. But most of that's going to Twitch. Come on now. You certainly ain't paying my rent. That's the AdSense. That's the AdSense, man. Twitch makes fuck all. Where's the tardy slip? It wasn't 15 minutes. Listen, if anything, if we're going by school rules, I'm the fucking professor of this college course. And if I'm late, and y'all have a problem with it, too fucking bad! Too fucking bad! Crazy that we're happy to hear the PTSD playlist. This is usually the happiest part of the stream. One of my friends once accidentally called Alfred from Batman Alfredo. One of my favorite Freddie Gibbs albums, for sure. Thanks for the 200 bits. LMAO penis. LMAO pen. Oh no, pen of shame, not penis of shame. If it was penis of shame, it's like, who? Are we just making fun of someone's dick? Like, what the fuck? Y'all did like a pin of shame there, but now like the chat's just adopted the term queenus in reference to your weenus. It makes more sense in relation to the weenus as well. Because there's actually a W in that. Quunge Bob. How the cookie crumbles. How the cookie crumbles. It's so, like, exhausting to put a K, not just a K sound, but a KW sound in front of every word you're saying. I just can't be asked to try and speak Foley with that bit. I love the quitification of words. I mean, I do on a brand sense, but it does make me go a little nuts. Like, I can feel my mental state, like, actively deteriorating. The more hours I clock in on stream after coming back, the worse it gets. Fuck, this thing is bothering me. I need, like, a toothpick or some shit, man. For the life of Christ. Fuck, I invoked his name in vain. Fuck. How could you do that, Kwite? Hey, I've never been here before, so this will be fun. I guarantee it won't. You're gonna, like, this is gonna suck. You're gonna be exposed to some of the the most vile members of humanity. Kwite viewers. And their deepest, darkest secrets that they felt comfortable enough sharing anonymously. Yeah, so, just to be clear, the mods are absolute, like, godsends, we'll say. They whittled this down from 1,000, like, responses to 100. And oh my god, next time I do a confessions video, I need to set a word limit because y'all fucking dump your whole ass life stories on here. Like, you act like there's like you're writing an essay that you need to, like, hit the minimum word count on. How do you join? You can't. It was, you had to be here in the previous streams for the, form to submit. It's closed now. You got it, guys. You gotta be an active member of the stream to be privy to these types of things, you know? Unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles. The cookie crumbles. Your hands, do they work today? No, guys. It's, like, quite literally a hardware issue. The hardware I need to make it work is A, MIA, or doesn't fit in the chassis. I'm gonna try and fix it over the weekend. But it's like, if I can't find the old one, I either have to jerry-rig, like, a little contraption to hold the newer one that doesn't fit, or I need to buy another one. Which is so annoying. I really wish I had it. I really do. I don't enjoy not having fingers. Kwite, it's literally a hardware issue. Literally a hardware issue. Ooh, good lord. Alright, so, for any of y'all not familiar, today, we are going to be doing a Kwite classic. Or, I think it's a Twitch community classic. You see it in you see a lot of streamers get up to it. We're going to be reading chat's confessions. Every now and then I create a Google form that I give you guys the link to, the week I'm gonna be looking at them, and just let you guys kind of submit whatever shit you have the balls to, anonymously or not. No names will be shared on the stream, but you have the option to attach your name to it if you are, I don't know, dumb enough. Rah, sitting time. Yeah, we got a lot this stream, so I think I just gotta get on it. Usually, what I do here is I have, like, the confessional booth, but that's not so great today. Because the text is so small, so we're just going to go for the raw text on screen, and I'm going to read it. This will hopefully make editing easier on Flynn, and readability easier on y'all. Not that, like, Google Forms has given me a lot to work with when it comes to sizing. Also, I'm skipping this one, because it's just some dude fucking thirsting after the main guy from Weezer, and I refuse to read the whole thing. Also, Flinders, you're gonna have to tell some of these out of order, because for the first confession, this is way too fucking, we'll say graphic. I went to a festival where they had a variety of stands selling different things as a kid, and they had an STD awareness one along with others about important social or health subjects. I was a very dumb kid, so I had no idea what a condom was. It was inside a transparent plastic, and the condom was a red color, so I thought it was a piece of gum. I took it from the free condoms bowl from the stand and tried eating it. I kept chewing on it for a 20 solid minutes with the taste of rubber in my mouth. When my mom found it, she saw me chewing on it, and when I showed her it, she scolded me not to put random things in my mouth. Something I still do to this day at 25 and should really stop doing. See, keyword is random things. You can have designated chew toys. You can get them on Amazon, actually. I think that's the lesson here. You have like a teething thing. Don't worry, it happens. People got it. Dude, I like tear up the fucking I tear up my Xbox controllers and like it back in the day. Weird things I've eaten. I think I covered this on Kwite with a Y. But one time as a child, and you know, I'll be making my micro confessions here as they become relevant. But one time when I was in kindergarten, I had like a bad habit of eating erasers. And so my pencils wouldn't have erasers on the back of them, and I'd have to borrow those detachable ones that, like from other kids. And usually I'd just bring my own, but this time I didn't, and I couldn't resist eating the one I had been lended. So by the end of class, when they asked for it back, I don't have it to give to them, because I fucking ate it. And then the teacher fucking chewed me out in front of everybody. And this was in science class, and they fucking, like, pointed to the iguana that was in the classroom for some reason, on, like, some magic school bus shit. And they said, "Isn't that right, Mr. Iguana? Isn't that like, shouldn't you not do that?" And he nodded. Fucking prick. Fuck lizards. I hate you, Dr. Connors. This is why your family left you. Alright. We have so many confessions to get through. I can't do any asides that long too often. I once used my mom's credit card to buy a teddy bear that is now associated with the meme, "Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox." She hates it and for some reason makes her furious looking at its tiny head. I don't regret getting it and still have it despite her because she owes me $5,000? Your mom owes you money? That's crazy. I'll make sure to display it in a place where she's forced to see it, and after a particularly heated argument, she threw it away. I dug it out the trash can and taped it to the ceiling above her without cleaning it. But here's the thing, the toy absorbed the liquids from the trash, so when I taped it to her ceiling, the juices dripped down to her bed. The bear is clean now and displayed like a trophy for all to witness. You live in such a dysfunctional household. I'm assuming because they owe you money, that you're paying the rent and or you own the house. You're just terrorizing this fucking woman living with you. And if she owes you if you're saying she owes you money, but you live under the roof that she's paying rent for, I'm sorry, no, she doesn't. Like, that's so petty. That's so petty. You fucking taped the juicy, disgusting fucking teddy bear above your mother's bed and just let it leak rat juice all over her. What on earth? Did this happen on Earth? Jesus. There's so much going on in this one that I can't even begin to parse because there's no context for, there's no context for why she owes you $5,000. Or, like, why it's associated, Mom said it's my turn. It's just a flashbang of information. When I was 14, I had a Springtrap plush, and I realized one of the ears was long, and I ran out of I'm not reading that. I'm not reading about the shit you did like that when you were 14. I'm not reading that. I killed a bird with a brick! See, that's more palatable somehow. I killed a bird with a brick, so what happened was when I was a wee tot, okay, Brit, I like to throw rocks and other big, heavy objects into the wood because I like to see the way the trees reacted. I can't say you were alone on that. We all like slinging rocks. Maybe at other children, maybe not. So one day, I was at a baseball field throwing rocks into the woods, as you do. I mean, if you're gonna throw stuff anywhere, at the baseball field's, like, not a bad one. And I picked up this brick that was probably the size of my 12-year-old self's head, and I chucked it with all my might into the woods. I was shook when the brick hit something harder than leaves, and I went to pick the brick up, and I saw a dead bird. Needless to say, I think this made me relatively desensitized towards dead things. Can I be redeemed quite? I mean, you didn't exactly mean to kill it. People have admitted to making animals dead very intentionally. So, I mean, yeah, accidents happen. It seems like you were horrified when it did happen, and now it's just a formative experience you live with. These things happen. I'm the reason the role food heretic, heretic exists on a Discord server I'm in. Among the things I've made is a Monster Energy / mixed berry smoothie. Would make again. Fruit punch Gatorade bread. You made bread out of Gatorade? Listen, I don't get me wrong. I will dip a Cheez-It or a Goldfish into the blue Gatorade. But bread? That's a bit too much for me. Sugar cookies with chicken baby food and mealworms. Kind of just like tasted off sugar cookies. Mealworms! Mealworms and monstrosity soup. Okay, that's by far the least creative name you've put forth. Crunchy carrots, hot dogs with a broth made of water, milk, an absurd amount of teriyaki sauce, and mac and cheese. 2 out of 10, but was really bad, but not quite as bad as expected. TBH, I wasn't going for edibles, so it gets points solely based off of a lack of food poisoning. I feel like you did this once or twice. Like, the Monster and mixed berry smoothie, like, seems like out of my taste, but I can at least understand the thought process of why you'd want to try it. But all the others, it seems like you told somebody about this first one. They reacted badly, called you a food heretic, and then you just started, like, fuck it. If I can't beat the title, I will embrace it. And all this other shit you're just doing because you don't know what else to do with yourself. Yeah, like, the mealworms. That shit is... I cannot process that. That has caught me so off guard. Mealworms aren't too bad. When somebody says mealworms, I think of, like, the worms you use for fishing. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm, like... I don't think that's what they are, but that's just the visual in my head. Good lord. Protein. Yeah, protein. Good call. That's true. For some reason, as a kid, I was really interested in fire. It's because you were a kid. Fire's cool. One day, I was playing around in our living room and noticed how there was a candle next to an envelope. Being the dumb kid I was, I stuck the envelope in the candle. Obviously, it started to burn. For a while, I just stood there. I stood around with a burning envelope in my hands, and once it got too hot, I dropped it on the carpet. The flammable carpet, as carpets usually are. I ran to my parents and apologized, so they didn't even know what I was apologizing for until I yelled fire and they ran to go put it out. I was around 5 when this happened, and I still feel bad about it. If I was a parent, I would give you shit for that forever. But, like, assuming that it didn't, like, result in the house burning down. In hindsight, and as long as it didn't, like, fucking ruin their lives, like they had to spend all their savings fixing the damage, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. It was dumb kid shit. Very highly consequential dumb kid shit, but dumb kid shit nonetheless. The only critique I'd make of a 5-year-old you is, even as a 5-year-old, I usually wouldn't just stand there as the fire grows hotter in my hands and then I drop it. I would probably have pussied out sooner, though. That might just be because I'm a coward. Back when I was in grade 7, 4 years ago, there was this girl I didn't like. She was rude, talked shit, and was kind of a bitch to my mates. So one day, while wagging one of my classes... Wagging? You said mates, so this could be like some weird Australian slang. Define wagging. Britain. It's British slang for skipping school. Y'all, that shit is... Y'all, there is no way that has an etymology or an origin. Someone just said that one day and made it the fuck up. And y'all pretended to, like, be on with it. Good lord. I sat in the last stall of one of the school toilets and proceeded to write on the wall in various handwriting, bad-mouthing and calling that girl names. Then I wrote comments defending her on the wall in my own handwriting. I'll never forget that day because later while I was chilling in student services, she came in crying with her friends to speak to the year coordinator. She saw it, but no one ever suspected me. Damn, you were just kind of a menace. Like, kind of just like a bad person. That's insane. I don't know what she said. Maybe it was like equal levels of retaliation and you were in 7th grade, so whatever. But holy shit! Holy shit! You like set that up expecting to get caught. I mean, congrats on being able to write in multiple handwritings consistently. I can barely write in my normal handwriting. Water. I killed Elmo. When I was 6, I was playing with a Tickle Me Elmo toy. I noticed he had a stain when I was eating a snack. "Oh, Elmo, you're dirty. It's time for a bath." So I took him upstairs and went to the bathroom. Now, you'd think I'd put him in the sink or bathtub and turn on the water. Nope! I opened the toilet and dunked him in head first. I started to rub the water all over him and flushed the toilet and repeated this 3 times while saying, "Not clean enough, Elmo." I drowned Elmo in a fucking toilet. You gave him a swirly. You gave Elmo a swirly. What has that innocent little thing ever done to deserve that? Jesus. Listen, I gotta play a song in memory of my brother. Elmo's dead, guys. We gotta commemorate him. Elmo came with that AK-47. I just joined Waterboarded Elmo. Yeah, and also Elmo Freestyle. Some kids like crayons, so true. Elmo came with that AK-47. Alright. Dad, you just did him wrong, man. Anyways, in middle school, I became a little bit of a troublemaker. We had a small wooden area where it wasn't allowed to go, and so my friends and I obviously went there. My science teacher saw us and chased us, but here's the catch. We were small and could crawl inside any hole and run away, so we did. But the teacher was caught by the thorny bush, and his pants were caught as well, so they were ripped. Our teacher still, till this day, talks about it when you meet him on the streets, and he never remembers who he was chasing. See, for me personally, if that happened, I would never, ever tell anybody about that. I would try to forget who I was chasing, because I just like to erase that from my memory altogether. Good lord. Also, do you meet him in the street or know people who just ran into that teacher on the streets enough to get his account of that day at multiple occasions? Good lord. I get getting stuck in like thorn bushes, but I understand getting stuck in thorn bushes, but I've never seen one that had like enough grip to rip somebody's pants off. That's insane. Assuming small town, maybe. When I was 14, was reading smutfics and explicit webcomics on public transport. Oh god, oh god. I'm fairly certain at least one person sitting next to me on the school bus. What the fuck were you doing? Dude, this is why I'm, like, honestly kind of glad I had some shame about reading, not even, like, explicit fanfiction, because I wasn't doing that for, like, a while. Like, when I started. I'm just glad I had some shame about reading fanfiction until I was out of high school. Like, I never even got close to any of those fucking situations. Well, somebody caught me reading over my shoulder once or twice, but it was usually a friend, and it was just awkward, but that's where it stopped. Anyways, we were all chronically online 14-year-old at some point. I mean, true, but I didn't do that shit, I'm just saying. I still read fanfics on public transport 6 years later, but I at least have the decency to not read smutfics while there's someone sitting next to me. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Me and my girlfriend made e-girl Discord accounts to get dudes to give us nitro, and there was this one dude who was down atrocious from our GF that I also started talking to. I found out he supported Trump, he's not even American, and was homophobic, transphobic. I kind of bullied him into not liking Trump as much by insulting Trump. I guilt-tripped him into not being transphobic by saying that my girlfriend, he thought we were just friends, wouldn't like him if he was homo/transphobic. I mean, good on you, I guess. Fairly uneventful, though. I thought you were about to say, like, you ran his pockets. Because I will not name names, but I know some people, I know some people who do this with, professionalism. They fucking skimp the pockets of folks like that. I would argue you're not doing enough. When I was in middle school, I wrote a fanfic about 2 straight guys in my English class. I don't want to read about that. I used to watch videos of people reading fanfiction in smut as a little kid. I don't want to read about that. One time when I was 5 or 6, I was playing outside and my sister's guinea pigs were out there and I was all like, what would happen if I hugged one of these fellers? So I went over to their cage, I grabbed a guinea pig, gave it a fat hug, and killed it. I didn't want my mom to find the dead guinea pig, so I hid it in the shed behind the cage. Then like 2 months later, my dad found it. Dude, it had to have started stinking before 2 months. There's no way. Decomposing body? No way. No way it wasn't. Had to de-stress, had to take a smoke break. Good lord. This is as bad as the cat on God. I think you guys are really misunderstanding why the cat one was so bad. That was a grown one. That was a grown person who willingly stuck the cat in the microwave. And that's also why I think it's fake. A bit of context, I have bad stomach issues, so I regularly blow up bathrooms. I regularly blow up bathrooms, just kind of on the weekends. There was a time at school when I had one of these moments, and luckily when I started I was alone, but halfway in someone walked in the bathroom. I heard, "Oh God, what the fuck," and then something that sounded like gagging. I waited a while before exiting the bathroom as to not draw attention to myself. Man, do y'all remember, did y'all ever have to go through the absolute, like, horror of, like, the most terrifying, one of the most terrifying experiences you can have in public school? Is you are one of the few, the brave, who will shit in the public toilet. And then you have these fucking pricks who come into the bathroom, see you're shitting, and then decide to fucking bang on the door and be like, "Hey yo, you shitting? Hey yo, you shitting?" Good lord. But if you did that, screw you, man. I didn't like that very much. I didn't appreciate that. No? Dog, that happened to me multiple times. Bro, and people laugh. It wasn't even like a matter of I recognized those shoes. It was like always fucking strangers when it happened to me. Was this a penis haver thing in school? Probably. Male thing only? Probably something close to that. It happened to you? At least I'm not alone. When I was a kid, my dog lady got out, and I don't remember much of what happened. All I remember is I looked at her, and she looked at me before darting off, and I was like, "Well, I'm not chasing her," and went inside. Sadly, she was never seen again. Don't know if someone picked her up, but I hope that was the case. I will still feel guilty that I didn't at least try to go after her. I mean, yeah, you're a moron, but you were also a kid. Your frontal lobe isn't exactly developed. Dumbass move, but you were a kid. And it wasn't like you let it, like you were fucking kicking it or some shit. I hope they're alright. I hope they lived out a happy life, even if it wasn't, like, around y'all. I don't really use school bathrooms unless it's an emergency. For me, like, I can't go an hour or two without peeing very easily. It's a real shame. Back like when my dad lived in my grandparents' basement, I found this rectangular box next to his bed. And one day I found out it was a pocket pussy. I didn't like open it, but the side was like pocket stimulator or something. And I just knew he had his own apartment now, but I've been consciously aware of its existence ever since. Why does my dad own a pocket pussy? I mean, if it was in your grandparents' house, it was probably from his younger years. That's a real shame. I'm sorry you had to experience that. I'm sorry you had to go through that. That's a real shame. I used to pretend to be a lesbian online when I was around 13 to 18. I only recently stopped. You only recently stopped? But I used to have a DeviantArt account where I drew NSFW and pretended to be a lesbian. I'm sorry. You were how old doing this? But like, strike two, what the fuck? You were a kid and pretended to be a what the fuck? What am I reading? I had 2 GFs apparently. I think I was struggling to find myself. I'm gender fluid. I was just acting on genders for you, and maybe I just like girls. I don't know. What the fuck? What? When I was younger, I was obsessed with Undertale and MOP. I wore those cosplays to school, and a teacher ended up calling my mom in for school because I drew Fluttershy, and they thought it was a sign for a school banging. Thank you for censoring it ahead of time. They almost expelled me. It was a Christian school, so it kind of made sense where all the teachers were mad. Why all the teachers were mad weird. What is the Fluttershy fucking symbol anyways? They're called, like, cutie marks, right? Sorry, I have only a passing understanding of, MLP through osmosis. This is it? This is what, yeah, they're gonna shoot up the school, for sure. This is what made them think that? Good lord, yeah, weird. I've been, sleeping with a skeleton snake for a couple of months now. I thought a skeleton snake was like a fucking breed of snake for a bit, and I'm like, are they, like, toxic? But then I read it's a 3-foot plastic skeleton snake. I cuddle that thing like it's the softest, fluffiest stuffed animal ever. My cat hates it, my mom's hate it, my cat hates it, my mom hates it, my friends hate it. I physically cannot sleep without it. I mean, if it helps. It's like, it's your bed, man. No one else has to fucking put up with it except for you. And yes, very neurodivergent. I could see myself, like, having, like, a stuffed snake, but a plastic one? Dude, there's gonna be, like, indents on every part of your body from, like, it digging into your skin. But, I mean, hey, I'm glad you found something that works. To each their own. I once called someone bro, like, 5 minutes after they had their fingers inside me. The exact wording was, "What do you want to eat, bro?" Then they replied, "Did you just call me bro?" I haven't recovered since. Bro's still in my vocabulary and will never leave. For that I am ashamed. I only ever told this to like 2 people, so... Told it to a lot more now. Told it to a lot more now. I'm like... wondering if like the... How much does the situation change depending on the genders of each party? Like, if this is one dude to another, is that like more acceptable than like a girl to a dude? Like, which is odder? Was the poster male or female? My question exactly. What's wrong with dude? Nothing. It's just it changes the dynamic. Girl to... Yeah, imagine girl to girl. Well, actually, no. They didn't specify who the person who put their fingers inside of them was, so it could have been like... Dude, this could have been a guy saying it to a girl. Which would have been which would be fucking hilarious. Like, a girl's, like, fingering your fucking butt, and you're like, 5 minutes later, you're like, "Wanna get some McDonald's, fella? My homie." Nah. My guy. That's so fucking funny. That's my headcanon. That's my headcanon. I'm not reading the name. I'm not reading the name. I once stole my grandmother's credit card and bought over $60 worth of candy with it to share with my friends. I gave half of them it, getting sick on a fourth of it, and then my dad found the candy, returned it, got what money he could, and cut the card up. I was like 10 at the time and never did it again. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, you swiped that shit. Grandma shouldn't have left it laying around if she didn't want it to get spent on. God damn, at 10 years old, how did they find the pin? I mean, if it's... You don't always need a pin for, like, credit cards. And if it's the physical card and you go to the store and buy something with it, then they're not, like, exactly asking for your pin all that much. $60 worth of candy? That's a new game in the year 2012, man. That was a new game for... That was the price of a new game for most of the time I've been alive. One time, I convinced my brother to read fanfiction out loud on call with his friends. I decided it'd be a good idea to do the most god-awful, rancid fic known to man. Anyways, it was super funny, and I regret nothing. I even recorded it, but he hasn't trusted me with anything since that incident. I mean, superb bit. Probably very funny, like, for you. You just gotta understand, you have to live with the ramifications of this decision. This is something you don't seem to regret. And I think you just have to do like a cost-benefit analysis of if you value your relationship with your brother throughout your life more or the bit more. We literally did this in one of our first VCs with each other. See, like, that's you shit, though. Like, that was probably a bonding experience for y'all. This probably severed whatever fledgling bond the brother and sister had as a family. The fact that they were willing to do it because they were trying to satisfy something you asked them to do. And then you fucking set them up for the worst shit possible. You must, like, damn, you are committed to that bit. When I was younger, I used to go to my friend's house, and we'd play in her room with dolls. Then she would go to the bathroom or to her mother to ask something. I would go to the top of her bunk bed and start eating at the wood. I was never caught, but they did find the marks years later and still don't know it's me. I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm gonna take your word for it that they only found the bite marks way after, like, you would have made them. But you are a fucking beaver, man. You got, like, some, you have... You see like, some flowing water, and you get pissed off. I am sure of it. Like, like, damn, I gotta do something about that. I gotta stop this shit. That's not cool. Fucking termite, yeah, dog. I chewed on a whole bed frame. Listen, I've chewed on my own bed frame as a child. Never anyone else's. At least I know where my bed frame's been. Yeah, just phrasing it as you would sprint up the ladder as soon as you left. That's crazy. Beavers win water, angry. I'm not gonna lie, like, especially, like, believe it or not, like, some of, like, the synthetic material or, like, fake wood bed frames. There's such a satisfying crunch to them. Thanks for the sub, Boy Woochie. Appreciate it. Hope you're good, man. It's been a minute. I used to think I saw ghosts and the paranormal when I was a kid, but now as a teenager with diagnosed schizophrenia, I'm pretty sure I was just showing early signs. Cause hallucinating hands coming to get me from the roof and shit is not normal. Why did my parents never question me at all? Help. I mean, my personally as a parent, there probably is a point where, like, it continues that I'd be, like, concerned. But bringing you to the doctor, like, you might not have been able to communicate what was happening to you enough for the doctors to know. And also, as a parent, if, like, my kid says imaginary stuff is happening, I'm not jumping to them having schizophrenia. Good news, you're not haunted, but... I feel like I spend so much time at my customer service job that I don't have a real personality anymore. People are starting to get to me. I am one more ridiculous request away from snapping. I had a woman ask if I could remove the butter from the puff pastry. That is made in-house. I almost cried. Your ability to feel these emotions shows that you do have a personality. There is still an individual capable of feeling under the mask that the corporation has forced you to put over yourself. When I was 16, I ate a way too strong homemade edible at school. Kids don't do drugs. Don't be like this silly goose. This criminal who did drugs, especially underage. And I did my most important regional exam that literally determined my entire future, zooted off my ass. My mind was in space while I was writing that geography paper. I don't remember a damn thing that day, but I did end up passing. Well, I mean, now that you know you can, like, pull it off while you're high as shit. If you do it, I'm just saying, you get high as shit before every test, it's gonna whiz on by and you'll be out of there in no time. Also, what test were you taking at 16 that determined your future? Like, my brain went to the SATs, but I was like 17 when I took mine. Wait, no, was I? Man, I don't fucking remember. So, honestly, I might just be out of my depth here. Maybe the ACT? Maybe. I enjoy watching characters in TV and movies being in pain or suffering. I feel some kind of morbid joy in it, and have enjoyed it since I was a child. I have no idea why, because I don't feel that way about real life unless it's someone I hate. Then I enjoy it to the fullest extent possible. Have you paid attention to the type of characters you enjoy seeing get hurt? Is it perhaps ones you find annoying? This is just fanfic mind? Yeah, fucking AO3. This is an AO3 tag. This is like dead dove do not eat or some shit on like there. Angst fic enjoyers? See, like if you're an angst enjoyer like me, the character you are seeing suffer is someone you like see yourself in more often than not. So you're projecting onto them. And it's just supposed to be affirming. This seems like they enjoy the other person suffering. Which is different. Hurt, no comfort, bub. Y'all are saying lock them up. Do you know where you are? I mean, yeah. This is like well within the Overton window of Kwite viewers. As far as their psyches go, like they have been more broken before. I almost killed my childhood friend. He was a bit annoying and I grabbed his neck. He then fell to the floor and didn't make a sound. How did he fall to the floor from you grabbing his neck? Did you, like, let go and he was limp? I almost hit his sister while trying to drive illegally? My eyesight is very bad. Don't fucking laugh about it! This is, like, what your eye looks like, dog. It's, like, fucking chewed out. That's why you almost hit her. I was in an almost empty parking lot. Why was she in front of the car? Oopsie! I almost ran my best friend's sister over. Oopsie! Holy shit. Nick Fury ass. You can't just fucking XD that shit, for real. When I was like 10, I was really into Harry Potter and fan comics, so I ended up finding that... Nah. In elementary school, some kid who was obsessed with TF2 called me a maggot, and I thought he called me the F-slur, so I told him and he cried really hard. I lay awake thinking about this, and I think he's homophobic now. I don't know, though. He's a Deltarune fan. You can't be both of those. You can't be both of those things. You can't be both of those things. I lay awake thinking about this, and I think he's homophobic now. I don't know, though. He's a Deltarune fan. I already read that. I literally read that already. I just read it again. Mutually exclusive. Like, these things cannot align. I don't believe. When I was like 10 to 11, I played Resident Evil, and that's how I found out I was gay. Listen, man, I'm attracted to Chris Redfield. He's got hella titties and hella trauma. That is my baby girl. I've said similar things about fictional characters, but can't say I've ever played Resident Evil. I caught my teacher assistant into the Dream SMP in 8th grade. They accidentally showed their... No, I'm not reading that, guys. Don't... Mods, what were your fucking screening criteria? How did all these get in? When I got my first dog, I was so possessive of her sometimes, I would lock her in my room so she couldn't leave, and she would just sit there next to me as I did whatever and I thought it was amazing, but she obviously did not feel the same. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you gotta make the cat hang out with you. Sometimes you gotta, like, hold them on your chest so they'll cuddle. Sometimes, Smoke is very jumpy. Sometimes I gotta, like, hold her there, like, while I'm repositioning in my chair. And if I, like, pet her and let go, she'll realize she was overreacting. And then she'll start purring, because I was right. Of course I was. I comfortably sat through an 11-minute video of Leon Scott Kennedy from Dead by Daylight moaning and occasionally randomly screaming like a banshee. I very confidently bragged about my accomplishment to anyone who was willing to listen. Fair enough. I've been lying for the past 6 years about the fact I can't smell. I can smell, but not well, and I thought it would be easier to say I couldn't, but now I have to pretend every day since one of the people I lied to is my roommate. I mean, you could just say, yeah, I mean, I was exaggerating. It's, like, just really bad. Because I have the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't notice Smoke's pee pad filling up on my own because I cannot smell it very well. So I have to, like, manually check once every week just so I know I'm not going nuts. OMG, they were roommates? When I was like 7, I put soap in my mouth and was blowing bubbles like a Deku scrub. Like from Legend of Zelda? I almost drowned from soapy water. I also thought, what? What? You thought beating your dick was gonna make a smell? That's crazy. That's crazy. In elementary and middle school, I went to Jewish private school, and one day my class was sharing stories about their grandparents surviving the Holocaust, and I didn't have any story to tell, so I tried to make some shit up. See, this is like an incomplete confession if you won't even tell us what you said. Like, you gotta give us, what am I chewing on here? As a 1-year-old, I would constantly bite the shit out of my twin brothers, so much that the police almost arrested my dad for child abuse. In my defense, I'm 99% sure that my brother is the reason one of my testicles died. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, not a great defense. Not a great defense. You would not make a good lawyer. Do not try to represent yourself. You are not Ted Bundy. I snuck in a firefly in an airtight jar when I was 6. I watched it slowly die of suffocation as I peacefully fell asleep. When I woke up and found it dead, I assumed it was nocturnal and sleeping, so I let it go. I wonder how they felt when it just plopped on the ground, motionless. I convinced my entire grade that my dad tragically died from falling in the Grand Canyon while donkey racing. They would make fun of me for not having a dad, and I would silently make fun of them for believing that shit. You just let them make fun of you for a dead dad? You just let that happen? You're like, huh, they think my dad's actually dead. Meanwhile, you're getting bullied for having a dead dad. Like, what the like, what? For one, the people doing that, heartless. And you, heartless. Everyone sucks here. Everyone sucks here. Fucked up, but really funny? I agree. This one is short and weird, but I ejaculated the Fortnite Rule 34 the night Chapter 4 came out because I was so excited and didn't know what to use for... I was so excited and I didn't know what to do with that energy. And that was the first thing you did. It just had pent-up stress, I guess? I don't fucking know. Once a teacher asked for my childhood for a poem project, and I didn't remember my childhood at all, so I ended up making something up and making her more worried. Almost got sent to the school psychologist again. See, this is like, yeah, I made some shit up because I didn't know, or because I wanted to fit in, and then you don't tell me the thing you said? Just an incomplete confession. Anytime someone vents to me, I'm using the bathroom, and it makes me laugh to myself while they cry. I don't mean to, but it's every time, like, there's some notification my friends get when I'm on the toilet to be sad. That's a little private thing you can laugh about. The thing is, at some point, I would just be scared of using the bathroom. I would start thinking, am I the problem? Like, don't get me wrong, I've gotten some concerning texts from people I care about while shitting. But it's like, when shitting, I can multitask. I would like, be more concerned for you and your relationship with using the bathroom. I get so nervous. I once wrote a fanfiction at my school humanized along with the rival school. You can probably guess it was a bit steamy. Honestly, no, I wasn't gonna do that. I was just gonna assume it was like some fucking high school football rivalry shit. I wasn't gonna assume it was steamy at all. Listen. Fanfiction has a somewhat well-earned, but an overstated stigma of being overly and singularly horny. And me as a consumer of fanfiction, most of what I read is not sexual. So, y'all like saying that it's obviously gonna be steamy because it's fanfic doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't, I'm sorry. Motherfucker, I'm there for the plot, not the porn. They aren't mutually exclusive. But plot is more consumable at more times. I was a very unsupervised child, so when I was about 9 or 10, I lit a cigarette and smoked it. Started coughing horrendously and then tried again, and then I succeeded. Children, do not try this at home. I agree. Don't start. Nicotine addictions suck. Every time I go to Mayor, Better, Walmart, I steal something. At least one thing. I just gotta. It's usually like lipstick or something, but it's a fun little thing for me to do. I heart theft. I have to steal something. I have to steal something you're a kleptomaniac. Diagnosed. This is an official I'm kidding. This is not an official diagnosis. But I'm getting some pretty strong vibes. My vape caught on fire in a public bathroom, and I didn't know what to do, so I threw it in the trash can. I later learned they had to remodel it because the mirrors, stalls, and sinks were charred. You're a fucking moron. Oh shit, this on fire thing? Let's throw it into the trash can full of unknown waste material. You're stupid. Like, I got no comfort for you here. You're a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ, throwing the spare lithium-ion battery in a public trash can is like one thing on its own, but it was already on fire. You were in the bathroom. Why not put it in the toilet? It was an electrical fire, so that probably was also going to be dangerous. Yeah, try and smother it, something. Flush that shit, you dumbass. It's an electrical fire, guys. Like, come on, you can't... That's also short-sighted. How did it even catch on fire? Vapes, especially, like, older ones. Not, like, there were some fucking off-brand ones that were not safe or approved for use. Even, like, by, like, fucking vape standards. Yeah, at least sink. Like, that's a ceramic. It can withstand heat. The trash can probably has, like, hand sanitizer or flammable materials in it. You could have, like... Oh my god. Once while I was babysitting my little sister, she wouldn't stop whining, so I held a pillow over her face for like 5 minutes, because I heard it made people pass out. Don't worry, I was like 9. Would you be saying, don't worry, I was like 9, if when you took off the pillow, you're like, alright, it worked, and then you wake up in the morning, and you can't make her wake up again? Like, you didn't clarify if she was okay at all after this. 5 minutes! 5 minutes! People who don't breathe for that long can die! What is it with children and attempted murder? Their empathy centers haven't fully formed. They're pure logical thinkers. Clearly. As you can tell here. I heard it made people pass out, and if my sister passed out, she'd shut up! I once had to sneeze in class, so I held my nose like no one would hear it. But I also farted at the same time, and it was a lot louder and longer, and now I sneeze loud and proud. See, that's something... You can't really time your sneezes, so to speak, but you can, like, hold in a fart, right? So, if I felt the sneeze coming, and I was afraid of having to deal with a fart later, I sneeze loud. Like, y'all have heard me sneeze. It's a boom, alright? It sounds like a nuclear bomb going off. They make great cover for the farts. I can hold off a sneeze. If I pinch my nose, I can do it, but that's, like, apparently not good for you. Bro snorted. True. One time in middle school, I shoved a baby carrot up my ass. I'm good. I'm good. When I was in 6th grade, I had major anger and emotional issues. And one time, I bit my phone and broke the camera. I straight up went pitbull on that 4-year-old piece of shit. Oh, I went pitbull on 4-year-old on that shit. I swear to God, it's always pitbulls with, like, the meanest, most, like, tough guy names that will that will be the, like, most well-trained. You sound like a stab victim when you sneeze. Not surprised. Thank you for the sub, Hexglyph. Back in elementary school, I really didn't like this teacher, so one day I spit in her coffee when she wasn't looking. She still drank it and didn't notice. This is one step below Oppenheimer putting cyanide at his professor's apple. One step below. It goes you, and then it's him. It's spitting in coffee, and then assassination attempt. Only thing worse than that. I jerked off to my katana. Something about the sharp, long, huge blade going up my ass is so exciting. Someday I'll work up the courage to stick it up there. That's gotta be bait. That's gotta be bait. It's just worded in too intentional of a way. I don't believe this one's real. Of all the ones. My childhood dog was a pug named Gucci. She died a week before Gucci Gang became popular. Whenever someone would say Gucci Gang, I would start crying. Fuck! Such separate memories of that song for you and me. When that, of Lil Pump music, that shit was hard. Like, it was such, like, an easy, addictive listen. Great memories listening to that song with my brain turned off. You? Your brain was going. All you could think about was your dead dog. Oh, that's unfortunate. Shit week for you, man. That sucks. That sucks. The rubber room, crazy. Copy pasta. How did that get in there? My confession is that I was part of a Roblox Warrior Cats role-playing drama in high school. We would fight over whether or not someone could be Freddy Fazbear. It just seems like you guys were bad writers. Freddy Fazbear is not a part of Warrior Cats. Everybody knows that. Y'all were wannabes, alright? Y'all suck. Y'all were bad at it. One time I was writing Don't Care. I once explained the lore of a Roblox game, one that I wrote a 46-chapter fanfic for 2 hours at a sleepover. My friends were incredibly concerned. See, that's just me starting a Skyrim playthrough. I do have to create background lore that I'm going to stick to for the character that I'm basing my mod playthrough around, man. I've spent like hundreds of hours like fine-tuning the mod list for a character I'm working on. And that will be as long as the 100-hour playthrough. And I mean, hey, you were nurturing your writing skills there, all right? Skyrim stream when? Probably never, man. Like, I don't play Skyrim in like a streamable capacity. I do it like fucking hours of free time go dedicated to that shit, and I need to be alone in the dark to do that shit. One day I was in a bathroom that was locked, and my dad got the keys and opened the door for some reason, and he just stared at me in the bathroom. I gotta assume he was just in fucking shock. I'm just gonna assume, for my sake. Not me, but a friend of mine in 3rd grade pissed on one of those Lunchables nachos and made her brother eat it. Made me grateful I was an only child? By made eat it, do you mean like force-fed or pressured? Fuck! That's foul. That ain't right. That ain't right. Or did they just trick them into eating it? That's worse. Vile. Fucked up. I had a crush on my best friend's boyfriend, and now that they're broken up, I semi-pretend to hate him. I do actually kind of hate him now, though. My best friend's boyfriend. You pretend to hate the boyfriend or the best friend? Because, listen, if you had a crush on the best friend's boyfriend, and after they broke up, you chose to stick by your best friend, that speaks to your character. That speaks to your character in, like, you're putting priorities and friendships over, like, you're like, over your emotions. But if you pretended to hate the best friend right after they broke up, that's fucked up. Probably the BF. If it was the BF, kudos to you. Kudos to you. I once killed a bird out of anger. It was just a little baby dude, and I killed it. The worst part is this was like 5 months ago. Shit, man. I don't want to judge the circumstances you were going through that drove you to that. Maybe talk to, like, a therapist. Like, you clearly, like 5 months ago. I don't want to judge the circumstances you were in, like, because I don't know you. Go to therapy, man. Either for what you're dealing with or to get that shit reined in. Either way. Either way. This dude at my school sent me nudes, and I posted it all over the school confession account, and everyone saw. You're wrong for that. You're wrong with that. Maybe he sent them unsolicited, in which case he's still a piece of shit. But posting someone else's nudes is just like that. Just that's fucking. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. Sometimes I eat turkey sandwiches with Kool-Aid powder in them. I think the Kool-Aid powder mingles really well with the mayo. That is the most reasoned thing I've heard anybody say in this, like, in these chat confessions. I'm neutral to Kool-Aid. I don't like mayo. I honestly, a turkey sandwich is like just a neutral, like, cold cut meat for me. But at least they, like, it's something innocent. It's a personal quirk, and they reason themselves rather well. I think the Kool-Aid powder mingles really well with the mayo. They use the word mingles. This guy has advanced verbiage. I may or may not have been responsible for some kid breaking his wrist roller skating on his birthday. We fled after. Are you saying, like, you pushed him over and he broke it? Or did you, like, hold him in place and just that shit? Like Italia, like mafioso style? Good lord. Huh. Alright, fellas, we are on the final stretch. Before we continue, though, you know the drill. It's top of the hour ad break. I need my money. Man, I've been lining up my ad breaks really well. Are they like, was that really a minute long? Oh. Alright, let's jump right back into it. Need to catch my breath. I bought $200 AJR concert tickets. That's the most embarrassing thing I've heard all night. That is fucking... And I don't like to use this word often, especially directed at specific people. That's pathetic. Like, on AJR? On AJR? That might be the thumbnail. I'm getting a tattoo based off week. I don't know anything about AJR. I'm gonna assume that's a song. Holy fuck. That's gonna run me around $450. This over AJR? What? If AJR is alright, let them live. No, they are fucking not. They are fucking dog shit. I'm not letting this live. I'm not letting this live. And this is why I fucking say you guys have the worst fucking taste in music. This is why I don't listen to you when you don't like what I like. You like AJR. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's not a decent band. It's fucking unlistened, dude. I am fucking losing my mind. Don't make me pull up the song again. Don't make me pull up the song again. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. This is non-negotiable. For AJR? We're playing it again. You haven't learned. Nope, not allowed. You can't show that on Twitch. I'm not, don't make me do it again. Don't make me do it again. Don't make me do it again. That shit ass. We're going back to the confessions. That's more palatable than all that. I forgot that was in the music video, man. I swear to God that was not there last time. That's not an AJR song, fuck you. Yeah, it is! Yeah, the fuck it is! It's posted to the AJR channel! You cannot erase this from your memory. It exists! That wasn't that bad, honestly. Dude, you're lost cause. You're a lost cause. I peed in a cup at night when I was in my room because I was scared of going down the dark hallway to go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna say now, the SpongeBob remix that went really viral on Vine, I cannot stand it anymore. I peed in a cup last night when I was in my room because I was scared of going down the dark hallway to the bathroom. I mean, these things happen. These things happen. I outed one of my friends as bisexual to my other gay friends, and then he tried to date me. Middle school was weird. I mean, you shouldn't have outed him. I don't know what the inclusion of the tried to date me was supposed to do. As if you weren't the one that outed him, like he's weird for that? I mean, like, sure, reject him if you're not into him, but like, what the fuck? I tricked my friends into eating a battery, and he didn't show up to school for 4 days. He came back in crutches. Oh my god. Y'all had each other eating batteries out here? That's insane. I threatened a kid while in middle school like an idiot with a note. I got in trouble for it like I was supposed to. Well, that's pretty book shut and closed. You did a dumb thing, got punished, and then moved on. I fan signed for this guy on Discord I used to have very frequent e-sex with. No clue what he's up to now. I mean, is this like, was this like a business arrangement, or was this like someone you were having romantic e-sex with? What is fan signing? Not sure, I'm gonna be honest. There's no way I've been watching this for an hour? You'd be surprised the things you're capable of consuming. What the hell is e-sex? How does one e-sex? Hey, look it up. I can't. I've been through enough today. I'm not explaining this to y'all. Just think about it. Sex over the internet. Fucking do the rest. I thought The Suicide Squad was a good movie, but I didn't understand that I had a gay crush on Margot Robbie. Valid. I regularly read smut despite hating it, and I mean hating it. Like, I'm talking I gag when I see people kissing. What do you... You're doing that to yourself at that point, man. I got nothing for you. You're the problem. I used to cut up worms with a sharp piece of mooch? Mulch, I assume that's meant to say. I told my mom and she called me a sick punk. Sick freak would have hit harder. Sick punk just makes it sound like you're like a rocker. My name is wrong on my national security card and I'm too scared to change it because I have to do it on the phone. That's a massive clerical error that will probably bite you in the ass sooner or later. I would get on that personally. I pushed down an open manhole when I was in middle school and got off free because no one knew my name. No one at your school knew your name, or did they just not see that you were the one that did it? Jesus Christ, can that kid walk these days? Do they still have, like, did they make a full recovery? Do they have full use of their legs? Christ. I once threw my dog against the wall when I was 5. I still think about it every once in a while and cry. Man, some kids are stupid, man. Some kids are dumb. I masturbated during a voice call with my friends. They never found out and I did it again the next day. The next day. You didn't even wait? No words. I got no words. Certainly, could it really not have waited? Could you not have done it later? Did you have to now? Isn't that normal? Dude, I'm going to fucking I'm gonna put lead in my own skull. I shoved a Sharpie 38264 PP permanent markers, 5.3mm chisel tip black up my ass in various boy holes. The first, somebody who, I never want to find out what it's like, but imagine like your first attempt at sounding is with like the Sharpie ink leaving a mark. I lied about several mental disorders to get a job at SpaceX. I got fired after a little under a year. I'm not, like, which direction did you have to lie about them in? Did you just not say just didn't disclose you had some? Or did you tell them you were, like, autistic and you had a special interest in space and you're, like, a genius scientist, like you were fronting based off stereotypes? I'm curious in which direction you lied. I've been listening to boyfriend ASMR and whimpering videos for 3 years straight. I have no love life. Fuck, that's bad. Damn. Honestly, I've never been that down bad. I didn't think I would ever be able to say that about something I read. I've never done anything like that. I've like hugged a pillow as I fall asleep. Or like cuddled inanimate objects. But for that specific, that long, holy shit. I knew the person who wrote the infamous hatfic of Dan and Phil. They showed me proof of everything. I don't know what that is. I played Sonic Frontiers for 20 hours straight and then went to drive and almost crashed my car. Did you know, like, I think it's having below a certain amount of sleep can be just as dangerous as drunk driving. And they had us doing that shit at risk of legal penalty for school, like, every day. Yeah, don't tell me. Don't tell me about the hatfic. I'm fine not knowing. I eat a bit of toilet paper every time I go to the bathroom. I'm talking chew and swallow. Listen, I'd eat some notebook paper as a snack in elementary school, right? Like, sometimes, like, I've already had lunch. It's gonna be a while till dinner at home. But toilet paper? You know there's a literal saying, don't shit where you eat. Don't eat where you shit. Either way. Come on. There's literally an axiom by which you're warned not to do this. I tortured ChatGPT to the point of if I did it to a human, I'd be charged with a death sentence. Well, this is like the GTA 5 causes real, or like video games cause violence argument. You did it to a simulated conversation chatbot. It's like doing bad shit to NPCs in GTA. Yeah, if I did, like, yeah, sure, if I fucking shot up a public square like I did in a video game, if I did that in real life, yeah, I'd probably, that's, no shit, that's illegal. It's no different. It's no different. I've read Call of Duty NSFW fanfic in school multiple times on the computers. You're just a moron. Like, even if they don't bring it up to you, all of that is logged. It is connected to a central server and tied with your specific school login. Are you stupid? Like you're just bad at this. Like, not even like having to condemn this. Like, you suck at it. It sure is logged. Amateurs, man. Fucking Christ. I once took a shit in the sink because the toilet was clogged and then I blamed it on the dog. Were there no other toilets in your house? Like, how do you expect to get away with that too? Like, how would your dog have gotten its asshole up to sink height? You better, if you had a big, maybe if you had a big ass counter. Maybe. I like reading about oiled up men with big tits getting railed while in class on my iPad. At least you did it on your iPad. You're just ignoring, like, your college lectures for that shit. Jesus. This is a reminder to take a break if the terrifying confessions are getting too much. I'd rather just get to the end and break down when I'm off stream. When I was wee, I would line slugs up on my arm and then eat them alive one by one. Dude, I hate hearing about fucking slugs in any capacity. Or, like, slugs in, like, a weird situation. And I'm gonna give, like, a fucking strong content warning for what I'm about to tell you. But, like, there is, like, this one video blazed into my brain that's fucking disgusting. It's slug and sex related. Last warning. Tune out if you do not want to hear this. My friend, this fucking prick, sent me a video of a naked dude, like, with two slugs on either side of his fucking dick, just, like, sliming all over it. And, like, he finished in it. Like, it was just a clip of him finishing. And I, like, it's burned into my fucking brain. One of the worst things I've ever seen. That has done more brain damage than a concussion ever could. Easily. Okay. Sorry to bring that up. Just flashbacks. Why would you share that? Why the fuck did you listen? You had every warning. I said slug and sex related. Fuck, get over it. You've seen the same clip? No! Other people have seen it? No! Fuck! Are they still your friend? No, they are not. I stole a worm on a string from a Michaels once, but I lost him and now I'm sad. What website you're visiting? They sent it to me on Discord. I wasn't looking for that shit, man. I was an unwilling viewer. I stole a worm on a string from a Michaels once, but I lost him and now I'm sad. Hey, I mean, at least you cherished the single item you stole, and you didn't do it like a kleptomaniac, like the person at Better Walmart, was it? I play Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Valorant, and Project, Sekai. I get no play! just the matter-of-factness. I play Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Valorant, and Project Sekai. I get no play. Just neutrally. Feels no way about it. This is just the way things are. We know you don't get play. Yeah, so do they. So do they. I mean, at least they accept their position for what it is. I go to sleep every night with a stuffed animal. I can't sleep without it. Yeah, you and the rest of the world, buddy. You're not special. One time I was in a Walmart and fucking Thunder chucked an orange at a baby. Oh. Oh. That imagery is just so strong. Oh my god, thunder chucked. I have a sounding kink, putting metal rods and whatnot in your urethra. Great stuff, man. Great. Good for you, fella. I gave a homeless guy a blowjob, that's it. I am not elaborating. Well, was he a good guy? You say that, like, you know, a homeless person can have a hotel room that they showered in. Like, you're saying, like, homeless people don't deserve to have love lives. I confess that I wish there was more Twilight fanfiction. Yeah, I mean, people in niche fandoms are like that, but Twilight didn't seem that niche to me, so I don't know. I secretly cook my hot dogs in a microwave without a plate. Do you at least use a bowl? Ugh. I read X-Reader fanfic every night because I'm pathetic. Alright. I think Kwite's new VTuber model is giving green M&M. Well, she slays, so I'll take that. I am down horrendous for Cartman's mom from South Park. What? Y'all like will literally take a cardboard cutout and say, I'm beating my dick to that, holy shit. I have jerked off while watching a Kwite stream. Alright, okay, cool. I guess. Did it just happen to be on? Or was it, like, the material you were looking for? Ugh. Honestly, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Not a sin, but I only know you off of Flinders? Fucking Nina submitted this one. Or one of his little fuck-ass friends. I ripped ass on my boyfriend's face while he was, you know? Dude, you gave him the worst pink eye strain possible. That man is gonna be itching there for weeks. I have licked the front walkway of a Target. That's a pretty standard by, honestly pretty tame by what we've gone through today's standards. I don't like Josh Hutcherson. I mean, to each their own. My first wet dream was about my sister. I'm killing myself. I'm doing it. I'm doing it in Gmod. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Why the fuck did I have to hear that? Why the fuck did I have to hear that? Good lord. Oh man. You know, I don't have the same strength of stomach, I don't think, after my break. I think I need to start setting more guidelines. I think, guys, I don't think I can handle it anymore. I'm not the same man I was you know. There was worse, I'm telling you, and I'm just able to handle less now. I truthfully. I own over 30 Funko Pops. That's worse than the sister one. I've slept in a dog kennel willingly. Furry. I have carpet floors in my bathroom. You're the one suffering most for that. I'm down bad for Josh Hutcherson. I know someone you would not get along with. This guy. Womp womp. Fuck you. So whoever left that one in as the last one, it was clearly to taunt me. I'm not oblivious. I'm not oblivious. Womp womp, :3. Where's mine? It probably got filtered. You probably got X'd. I don't know how the last one made it. Yeah, that's like, that one's fucked up. Womp womp. Yeah, can we get a womp womp wall, fellas? Can we get a womp womp wall? Oh. Holy shit. Dude, my throat is raw after that. All that reading. And what I had to read. My psyche is raw and vulnerable as well. Holy shit. Guys, I gotta wrap this one up. If you watched this on YouTube, did you know you missed out? Because you could have watched this live on twitch.tv/Kwite. It was great! It was so much fun here on the stream. Ugh. Fuck. I'm running an ad break, guys. I'm doing it right after this. I'm doing it right after this. Whew. Is the ad break still going? It is. Shit. Crud. So what's the thumbnail gonna be? To be decided. Still need to make the thumbnail. So to, you know. Alright guys, that's all for this stream. Short one. I'm gonna raid someone. I expect all y'all to be in here. I'm gonna send y'all to Porcelain Maid. They're currently playing Lies of P, the Pinocchio Dark Souls game. I like that one. They're literally holding their fucking head in their hands. It's epic. I expect all y'all to be in here. Otherwise, you hate women. And gay people. And gay people. And Asians. Alright, I'll see y'all on Monday.
Can hit my stomach joint. Anyone else? Yo, Kwite!